starting the stream. Let's let that run a few seconds before I start the intro. Welcome to Nintendo Dad's episode 130, recorded on May 24th, 2017. Tonight we have a lot of news and then a little extra segment where we just talk about what games we want to see for our for the rumored Super Nintendo Classic. So let's get things started. I guess I have to start the music. I'll be adding this in post. Greetings and welcome everybody to this week's Nintendo Dad's 130 episodes, and I think this is the first time I actually had to do the opener, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So, hi! This is Jesse Waldak, and Dayspace is confused. He says, what is happening? What is happening is everyone else had an emergency of some sort. Marty has a church emergency. Justin has it's 4 a.m. and I'm sleeping emergency. And Zach has it's my anniversary emergency. So, and thank God you're watching this as well. Okay. Thanks, Johnny. So I'm doing the show almost solo. I do have as a guest host my son, Matthew.
Hello.
I'm glad you said something. I wasn't sure if you would know to say something at that point. He has co-hosted a show with me before. This is not his first podcast, but it's probably his first podcast in, 4 years?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of my late VG Tribune roundtables. I think he joined me on an episode with. So, I don't expect this one to be a long episode. Matthew isn't particularly chatty, so I imagine I'm going to be having to pull teeth to get him to say stuff.
Yep.
So it'll be mostly me. I'll try to get some conversation going between the two of us. And we're not going to do what we would. No. Thanks, Dayspace. I think I've only planned for this shorter show. But we have a lot of news, so that'll probably take most of our time, and then after that we'll talk about our Super Nintendo Classic segment. So, and again, just like every other time when Zach isn't here, I'll be adding all the music in post. So if the those watching live or on YouTube later don't hear music, that's why. And so we'll start out with the news. Insert news bumper here. I should be writing down these times so I don't have to search for it, but I'll. This is about 3 minutes in. As I said, it's been a while since I've done my own show.
It's been a couple of years.
News, 3 minutes. Okay. So, our news is brought to you by oneupbox.com. Monthly geeky stuff delivered to your house. To get $3 off your first box, use Nintendo Dad's code at the checkout. So the first piece of news that we have, and I'm looking forward to this, and I don't think Matthew is particularly, but the rumored Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle has had leaked. That was rumored. It now has leaked documents, which makes it look pretty legitimate.
I don't like it.
Are you just not a Rabbids fan, or is there what else about it don't you like?
It doesn't look right. Like a couple of years ago, I went to an old friend's house, and they were playing the Rabbids game on the Wii, and it looked really dumb.
So Yes, I'm actually looking forward to it just because I do like turn-based RPGs, and that's what the combat is. The leaked documents give additional information, such as there'll be 4 explorable worlds based on twisted versions of normal Mario areas, full of Easter eggs, puzzles, and secret zones. The gameplay will be about 35% exploration and 65% combat. There'll be 8 playable characters: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, and 4 rabbits dressed as each of the first 4, each having their own playstyles and personalities. Then we'll have 2-player local co-op available. The story mode is supposed to take about 20 hours, and it'll be releasing either August or September. So again, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be different. At least it'll tide the Mario itch over until Odyssey comes out in November. At least I'm guessing November.
If there's a demo for it, I might try it, but if I don't like it, I'm not wanting to get it.
That's fair. As I've said before, just because I don't think I'll like a game doesn't mean I don't want the game to exist. I'm perfectly fine knowing that a game isn't for me, and as long as it makes someone happy, great. And this game, I'm hoping it makes me happy.
That's how I was with the Puyo Puyo Tetris game. I didn't look fun at first, but once I tried the demo, I just played it almost every day.
Yeah, Cold asked what game we're talking about. Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and Johnny Casino says he'll most likely get it even if it sucks. Okay, so the next piece of news, Nintendo announces the 2017 Summer of Play Tour, which will be 13 cities over 13 weekends, starting with Irvine, California, the week before E3, and ending in Baltimore, Maryland, the weekend before Labor Day. So, Matthew, do you want to read the other cities?
Um,
Do you have it up?
yeah, I do.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know how to say the first part.
Yeah. Pleasanton. I've never heard of that city either.
Pleasanton, California, Bloomington, Minnesota, Milwaukee, Wisconsin,
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, close. Chicago, Illinois. Oh my gosh, Illinois. Oh god. Glendale, Arizona, San Diego, California. What?
Arlington.
Arlington, Texas, Miami, Florida, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania,
And then 2 more on the next page.
New York, King of Prussia,
Prussia.
Pennsylvania,
King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Right, so each stop will feature a Nintendo playground of fun activities to enjoy, according to the press release. We'll find out. Hopefully, I won't be able to because none of these are in my area, but hopefully some of you all out there will have a chance to participate. People who pre-order or purchase select Nintendo games at GameStop locations near the events will receive a Nintendo-branded Pop Socket mobile accessory device. I have no idea what that is, so hopefully if someone gets one, they can let us know. And then the list there. Blah, I can talk too. There's a list. They list the Switch games and the 3DS games that will be featured. Do you want to read that list, Matthew?
The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 1-2 Switch, Zipper Clips, Cut It Out Together, ARMS, Splatoon 2, Super Bomberman R, Ultra Street Fighter 2: The Final Challengers, Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS, Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo 3DS, Hey Pikmin, and Metopia.
Yeah, so I think Hey Pikmin and Metopia are the two I would definitely be interested in, is because those are games that aren't out yet. Pretty much every other game here are already out, games I'm not interested in, or games I already have. Anyway, so again, if anyone out there takes part in this, let us know. We'd love to hear it. Uh, Next item, Level 5 has announced that they are developing games for the Switch. Uh, in case you don't know what games Level 5 have made in the past, they have made the Professor Layton series, Yokai Watch, Fantasy Life, Inazuma 11, and Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, amongst others. But those are the ones that are probably the most relevant. So I'd expect to see probably maybe a new Layton, probably a new Yokai Watch, probably another Inazuma 11 because that's just insane in Europe. That's soccer. In case I don't know if Matthew knows that series.
Nope.
Okay, that's a soccer game. Anyway, so I'm looking. Again, I'm still some of these games I don't care about, but any Professor Layton game, I'm all over it. Are there anything here that you've heard that you'd be interested in, or not really?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Next up, it just broke this afternoon. The first trailer for an upcoming animated Castlevania series landed, which will be releasing on Netflix on July 7th. And just in case you don't know, this is not one for the kids. If it was going to have a movie rating or a TV rating, it would be like rated R. I'm looking forward to this. I like the older Castlevania games, but not so much of the newer ones. Matthew, I don't know if you've ever played a Castlevania game.
Nope. I've only watched you played it.
Okay. And yeah. I enjoyed the trailer. Johnny Casino says the trailer looks awesome. Yeah. So is this something you might want to see, Matthew, or you want to? I don't think you've even seen the trailer yet.
Nope. I didn't know that was even a thing.
Yeah. Okay. So later on, I'll show you the trailer, and we'll see if you'd be interested in it or not.
All right.
Okay. Next up, a reminder that the Global Arms Test Punch, still hate that name, starts Friday night, goes into Sunday afternoon, to be played at the following times, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Eastern, and 2 p.m. Eastern, each for a 1 hour segment. So basically 3 hours, 3 hours a day for. There's like 6 hours total, and then it'll be going this weekend and next weekend. So you'll have 12 hours of opportunities to play it before E3. I'm not particularly interested in ARMS. I probably won't even download it. Matthew, what do you think? We give it a try just because it's free?
Yeah. I did the same thing with Splatoon on the Wii U, but then I never did that first when they first came out until recently that you saw.
Did you do the Splatoon 2 test fire?
Nope.
Okay, you didn't, but Madeline did.
Yes.
Okay, Madeline's his sister. All right, so I might try it once, but really I'm not really interested in ARMS at all. I'm sure Marty and the others are more excited about that than I am. Okay, the last news item I have, and this is something I wanted to bring up last week, but we ran out of time.
Dog.
Yeah. Johnny's Casino told me to do it anyway. It's free. Okay, I might. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this last week, but we were time crunched. and it's not necessarily Nintendo related, but it's something that I am interested in. Is I don't know if you remember about a year and a half ago, I mentioned like a web series called Tome: The Terrain of Magical Expertise, which kind of is uh, what it's like inside of an MMO. This is from the player's point of view inside the game. So what they're doing, and they're creating a turn-based RPG from its IP.
Dude.
Anyway, so they're making it. They're creating a turn-based RPG from that IP. It'll be a separate continuity from the web series, so it's not a sequel or a retelling. This is like a completely different story altogether. But it'll contain the same characters seen in the show, and he's going to do a Kickstarter starting in July with several tiers.
Oh my god.
One second here.
Gotta love dogs.
Yeah, I'm asking my wife to bring the dog in. Anyway, so this is going to be a Kickstarter starting in July. So I don't think any of these will actually include a copy of the game when it's released. And you'll understand what I mean by that once I finish it. But what these are, I think I mentioned it in the show when he did his last episode. He put up like a little mini fundraiser campaign where you give him $25 and he'll draw your avatar as part of the episode. And I gave him my money, and there's my little funny looking Tinglish thing with the beard on screen for about a second, because it's it's like a 3-screen panel that scrolls, but I'm on the far left side when the screen starts, so I have like the least visible to airtime. Anyway, so that's basically what he's doing here with this game. Ranging, the lowest tier is like, and these tiers are still up to change, along with the prices up to change. For $30, he'll have your character just be a background character, just sitting there, not doing anything. For $75, it'll be the same as the 30, but it'll have a small speaking role. You can walk up to this NPC and talk to it. Like when you walk up to it, you'll see a talk icon, where the $30 players won't have a talk icon. For $200, you'll actually be a fightable enemy, fully animated character that can be fought against in a level of the game, and will be allowed to give a suggestion on their race, class, elemental alignment, and other minor ideas. For $350, it's the same thing, except for will be. I'm trying to skim this real quick. It'll be a special part of the game, so it might actually be included in a cutscene. For $500, same thing, but this is for an important character. So that character will have an important role in the story. And for the 500 line, there'll be more. You'll have more opportunities to give inputs on what type of attacks. They're hoping to raise at least 75,000 to make the game work, release. And they're currently looking at PC only, but will think about consoles if they have the funding. So this is something that I'm actually interested in. I'm really hoping I can swing the $200 to be a fightable enemy in the game. I think that'd be kind of fun.
I'm not interested in the game.
Well, you don't like turn-based RPGs either, do you? Except for Pokemon.
Yeah, there's reasons.
What reasons would they be?
Shiny hunting.
That's why you like Pokemon.
Yeah.
I thought this was reasons why you didn't like other RPGs.
Nope.
Okay. So, okay. All right, so I don't know if anyone else is out there is interested in Tome, but if you are, that's something to look out for. I'll probably mention the Kickstarter again when it starts up, like in about somewhere in the 2 months or so. Okay, that's actually all I have for news. There's a lot of news, and we went through it in about 15 minutes. Amazing what happens when you don't have other people to banter with.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm doing what I can to get stuff out of you. And frankly, I wasn't expecting to get much out of you, so I think you're doing pretty good for based on what I was expecting.
Yay.
Yay! And my wife says the dog didn't want to come in, but bribed him with a biscuit.
Oh,
So hopefully the dog's out of the picture now. Okay, let me. This is normally we would be doing what we've been playing, but what I've been playing hasn't changed in the last 2 weeks, and what he's been playing is mostly non-Nintendo stuff.
for
So
Pokemon.
so let's. I'm okay with skipping this segment. So we'll go right to what we want to talk about with the Super Nintendo Classic. So let me leave room for another bumper at about the 21-minute mark. Okay. So as I mentioned last week, I invited everyone to send us an email, a tweet, or whatever you wanted to come up with at least 10 games. Some people gave me as much as 20 of Super Nintendo games that they'd like to see in a Super Nintendo Classic if it exists. Right now it's only a rumor. Hopefully we'll know more at E3. So I've got. I don't think I ever got Justin's list, but I did get Zach's and Justin's. I got about 15 people off of Twitter and emails, and I got myself. But the only list I haven't received yet is Matthew's. So, but what I'll do, I'll read my list first, and then we'll have him read his list, and then as he's reading his list, I'll add it to the vote counts and sort my spreadsheet, and then we'll talk about what the overall games were. So my list of games was ActRaiser, Chrono Trigger, Donkey Kong Country, the first, Final Fantasy II, and I'm saying that because that is the title, even though I call it Final Fantasy IV, and same with Final Fantasy III, which is really Final Fantasy VI. The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Secret of Mana, SimCity, and I cheated on this one. I said Super Mario All Stars with Super Mario World. And we actually had one or two other people do the same thing, but most people kept them separate. So so some of those numbers will be counted twice, and then finally Super Metroid. Okay, so Matthew, what's your list?
Starting from 1 through 10, I got Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Super Mario All Stars and World, Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3 or 6, Donkey Kong Country 1, Super Mario Kart, uh, Kirby Superstar, NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat 2, and the Tetris and the Dr. Mario combination.
I don't think anyone's ever said that one. Let me look for my list. Yeah, Tetris and Dr. Mario. There it is. What was the second to last one?
Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay, that one wasn't on my list, so let me add that quick. All right, let's do a quick sort. So my list was just alphabetical. His list, I thought it was yours actually ranked?
Yeah.
Okay. So so this so what I have now is a list of 40 games that's been collected overall. 27 of them have at least 2 votes. So that gives us a firm 27, and then that leaves all the 1 votes to fight for the last 3 spots. But so the overall the games, and then this is in order of votes now amongst everybody that's chimed in. We have The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past with 15 votes. Hi, Josh. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario Kart, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Super Mario All Stars, and Super Mario World. So that's where we got some duplicate going on. Super Mario RPG, Star Fox, Yoshi's Island, F-Zero, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Donkey Kong Country 2, Final Fantasy 3, Kirby Superstar, NBA Jam, Secret of Mana, ActRaiser, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, Tetris and Dr. Mario, Final Fantasy 2, Killer Instinct, Super Castlevania 4, Super Punch-Out, The Lion King, and Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Those are the top 27. So, no one else said SimCity. I think I was the only one who said that, so that was one of the ones. A few of the other ones that I think are probably noteworthy are... Actually, Aladdin has been said twice, but I had it as 2 line items. So that was my goof up. So Disney's Aladdin is also in the top 28 now. Okay, we have the other games that has only received 1 vote is Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Tetris Attack, and Mega Man X. Some of the other ones are games I don't think I've ever played and never hear people talk about them, so I won't even mention them. So those are about our 30 games. You know, we'll have licensing issues with Disney's Aladdin and Killer Instinct, being a rare game now owned by Microsoft. I don't think that's going to happen. So Matthew, are there any other games on this list that you didn't vote for that are games you might be interested in trying?
I don't think so.
No, you're just happy with your 10?
Yeah. I was confident about the first 4, then the other 5 had to switch up. Or the other 9. No. The other 5. Yeah.
That's fine. I'm just glad that we didn't get everyone voting for the same 10 games, because that then would have made this list a disaster.
That would have been great.
So what we'll do, we'll save this list, and if a Super Nintendo Classic is released or announced, we'll compare those games with our list and see how well we did. So that was the whole plan of this little experiment. So, well, that's actually all the show that I had. We didn't get any emails outside of my votes. So, Dayspace says no Lion King. Lion King was voted on a few times, or once or twice. See, how many votes did it get? It did have 2 votes, but again, that's probably going to have licensing issues with Disney. Okay, so Dayspace says he'll give SimCity another vote. Thanks. Okay, I'll probably move that one up to the 29th spot then. Okay, so then we'll probably Justin and the others we'll talk offline and then determine which of these other 1 votes will get the 30th slot. I'm thinking it'll probably be Super Ghouls and Ghosts or Tetris Attack. Or Mega Man. Maybe Mega Man X. So, well, that's actually all the show that I have planned. We went through all the news, went through our Super Nintendo segment. Was there anything you wanted to add, Matthew? You wanna plug your YouTube channel?
Um, I would, but it's mainly Call of Duty stuff and stuff like that, which I don't think people care about. And some shiny hunting live streams, but that's really it.
Alrighty. So, again, this is like kind of a shorter episode just because it's just the two, me and not so chatty over here.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Or okay. All right, so feel free to follow us on all of our social medias: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Our email is nintendodads@gmail.com. If you want to call in and leave a voicemail, our number is 92925NDADS or 29 or 929-256-3237. If you want to buy some sweet Nintendo Dads merch, go to tiny.cc/Nintendo Dads store. Thanks to Rosie Remix for our music, and thanks to where do they? He doesn't even have it in the notes. We have artists. I'm sorry, I don't remember your names. I, but we have artists that has done art for the show. Adam and Miss Johnson. So okay, so again, sorry for the short episode, but hope you enjoyed it. And next week things will be more back to normal. So thanks for listening. Good night, everybody.